With support for 6K OpenGate APV and Samsung log using Blackmagic Camera and stunning RAW video in MotionCam Pro, the S26 Ultra is a great option for filmmakers, but like any camera, good ergonomics, ND filters, and great lenses are essential if you want the best results. So in this video, I'm going to share the 4 very best S26 Ultra rigs I've been using since this device was first launched to transform it into a true pocket cinema camera, as well as the popular rig that actually damaged my phone. From budget through to premium, these are the very best universal case and cage solutions currently available, with everything linked in the pinned comment. Let's dive in, starting with the one rig I recommend to every filmmaker regardless of what phone you are on, this universal rig with ND filter and lens mount from Neewer. Here's the problem it solves. When a new phone launches, you're lucky if a dedicated case with ND filter support ships within a month. For a cage, you're waiting even longer. If you're shooting professionally, that is completely unacceptable and means your phone isn't production ready. This rig fits any phone with any case, supports 17mm threaded lenses, and comes with a 58mm filter thread. I run 67mm filters, so I pair it with a step-up ring and then the Freewell M2 ND system on top, which is currently 40% off. The critical thing that makes this universal system actually work, unlike all others I've tried, is the height adjustment. External lenses actually align perfectly and your ND filters can sit flush with zero light leak. But this rig has 3 real limitations. It's bulky, this doesn't live on your phone, and it won't easily fit in your pocket. It won't fit in a smartphone gimbal clamp, and on the ultra wide you'll get vignetting with ND filters. So it's not a perfect solution, but damn close, and every professional should have one in their kit bag. Think of it as your day one insurance policy for any new phone launch. It's incredibly cheap too, and linked below. Next, let's talk about my everyday rig, this Pro Filmmaker case from Freewell. I've used Freewell cases from the S23 Ultra through to the 26, and there's a number of reasons why I stick with them. For starters, it features a really strong MagSafe magnet, has robust 17mm lens support, and unlike the universal rig, actually fits in my pocket. And the 2 things I especially like, first, the USB-C port is fully exposed, so SSDs and microphones attach without issue. And second is the optional magnetic lens cap, which protects the rear lenses from scratches. For ND filters, this case uses Freewell's Galaxy Magnetic ND set. I first bought this system for my S23 Ultra years ago, and it's made the journey through 3 phones and still works perfectly. 4 filter strengths and snaps on and off in seconds. I rounded out with my Freewell grip, Bluetooth shutter, extendable selfie stick, cold shoe mount, and Arca Swiss base plate for tripods, but there's a major issue with this rig that might rule it out for you. Right now, it only works with Freewell's magnetic filters or their 17mm threaded hybrid VND. If you already own 67mm filters and you want to use them with this setup, you can't, at least not yet. Freewell, if you're watching, a magnetic 67mm adapter would make this rig perfect. If lack of 67mm filter support is a deal breaker for you, then you'll need this next rig, but warning, this may actually damage your phone if you don't know what I'm about to show you. It ruined mine, but more on that in a minute. It ships with interchangeable adapter plates for 67mm filters, 17mm lenses, and Moment T-mount lenses. More quarter 20 mounting points than you'll ever need, and 3 cold shoes, making it a serious option if you're rigging out a full production. SSD, mic, external power, the works. But here's what you need to understand about this cage. It is a commitment. You don't dip in and out of this cage the way you do a case. Once you're in it for the length of the shoot. And even worse, the clamp mounting points are just badly designed. Attaching additional accessories like the Neewer side handle or SSD holder is incredibly difficult and even dangerous. The slots just do not fit properly. In fact, while filming this video, the side handle snapped off like it had done so many times before while trying to attach it, but this time it scratched the back of my beautiful phone, wiping hundreds of dollars off its resale value. So, if you're considering this cage, be very careful with the clamp mounts. And that's not the only issue. Getting the phone in and out isn't fast. In fact, it's downright difficult and feels like an accident waiting to happen. And while at first glance it appears to offer excellent value for money, Once you start adding badly designed side handles and other difficult to mount accessories, the cost adds up faster than you'd expect. In fact, the only reason to consider this is if 67mm ND filter support is essential. If so, just avoid the Niwa clamp accessories and you'll be fine. But for me personally, despite being a huge fan of 67mm filters, the Niwa's many issues mean I can't recommend it, especially after it scratched my phone. A much better option is this one from Freewell, which overcomes every pain point on the Niwa. For about the same price as a rigged out Niwa, you get a cage, 2 side handles, and a magnetic Bluetooth remote, and a premium design that just works. And what separates it from every other cage I've tested is the speed. Landscape to portrait in under 5 seconds. The mechanism to insert and remove your phone is faster than any other cage on the market by a significant margin, and there is zero risk of accidentally losing a handle while attaching it. The lock mechanism is just perfectly designed. The handle design is really clever too. Both of them rotate. One handle has built-in tripod legs, the other extends into a pole. Lock them together and you have a height adjustable built-in tripod and selfie stick. And if you're already running the Freewell Pro Filmmaker case, this is the obvious cage to pair it with because it uses the exact same magnetic filters as the Freewell case. One filter across 2 systems, and of course it supports 17mm lenses too. Its only limitation is the same as the Freewell case, no 67mm filters. If you need that, the Niwa cage is still your answer, but if you're shooting within the Freewell filter ecosystem, the Genius rig is the cleanest, most capable rig I've found for this phone. It is currently discounted and you can save an extra 10% off Freewell with the code in the pinned comment. But I have one more rig to share that I didn't expect to like but find myself using it more and more. It isn't a case or a cage, it is this multifunction rig from Feiyutech that I use with my Freewell case, and you need a case for this. I'll explain why in a moment. It features 2 screw-on side handles that feel great. The clamp makes switching between portrait and landscape effortless. This rig even includes a built-in 1300 mAh battery, which can extend your record times and deliver approximately 26% of a full charge. But best of all, it is also a USB-C hub with support for pass-through power, USB-C accessories like SSDs or wireless microphones, and it even includes an SD card slot, which is surprisingly useful for backing up video from the device to free up space on your phone's internal storage. It comes with tripod legs, which can also act as a really comfortable center hand grip, but another neat feature is if you remove this, you have a standard Arca Swiss baseplate, meaning you can easily attach it to a tripod or even a gimbal without the side handles. There are only 3 things I don't like about this rig. First is that the USB-C cable is hardwired, so if you damage it, you can't just replace the cable. I've been using this heavily for months without issue, so that is just a minor concern. Second is due to the metal phone clamp, you risk scratching your phone if you slide it in naked, so please make sure you use a case. And third, the built-in cooling fan isn't as effective as I'd hoped. I've tested this with a thermal imaging camera and not found it to actually reduce the temperature of the S26 Ultra, and this is because it's down the opposite end of the camera module and chipset, which is where all the heat is generated. It might be better than nothing, but really the fan should have been located in the center of the clamp, not down the end. So, which is the right rig for you? Here's what I'd recommend. If you film professionally with any phone and you need something on launch day so you can attach ND filters for filmic motion blur, get the Niwa universal phone holder. Buy it once, use it forever, it's surprisingly great. If you want the best everyday lightweight case with support for 17mm lenses and you're happy with the Freewell magnetic Galaxy filters, then the Freewell Pro Filmmaker case is my personal choice. If you absolutely need 67mm filter support, the Niwa cage is the obvious choice, but it is badly designed and can be downright dangerous. If you want the fastest and most premium cage setup and you're already in the Freewell filter ecosystem, the Genius rig is my favorite cage available as it accepts the same filters I use on my Freewell case and is currently heavily discounted. All these rigs are linked in the pinned comment below along with a few discount codes. Using them helps support this channel, If you've got questions about which rig is right for your specific setup, drop them in the comments. I read every single one and always appreciate hearing from you. Please like, share and subscribe, and if you want to master mobile filmmaking, you might enjoy the video linked on screen. And of course, if you want the best looking video possible from your Samsung Galaxy, then check out my gloat lots for Samsung Log. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.